Hey folks, Dr. Mike here for Renaissance Periodization, and getting the basics right in your training and in your diet is responsible for the vast proportion of your gains. The rest of it mostly just comes down to your genetics. So, if that's really the case, what does it mean to get the basics right? It's nice to say that term, the basics. I gotta get a feeling about it. Barbells and handlebar mustaches and lifters from the 50s. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. What are the basics? How do you know you're doing the right stuff to nearly guarantee most of your results will be unlocked? Well, don't worry. We have a 3-point list. In training, the basics means the following things. First, your technique is at least targeting the muscle that you want. You're getting a pump and a burn and tension in the target muscle, and the technique doesn't wreck your joints to where you can't do the same exercise 2 weeks in a row because you're too beat up. Anything within that is good. Now, there's always the better and better technique, but at least technique that stimulates the target muscle and doesn't wreck the joints. Now, you may have gone to the average gym and seen maybe about 25% of people not even check those two boxes. You'll watch a lady doing something with a cable, and you're like, exactly what muscle does she think that's working? Who knows? You watch somebody deadlift with the most crooked shit you've ever seen. You're like, that guy's never going to be back at the gym because he's going to be living at the hospital from now on. So make sure you get those two right. Better technique is better, but at least make sure you're hitting the target muscle and not just having instant injury results. Next, your relative effort has to be high, which means you have to be pushing the bar or the cable or the dumbbell to where it slows down in your sets regularly. If you can do a set of 10, same pace, put it down, walk off, you're not training hard enough. You are not hitting the basics. But if you get even one rep into that grind zone, you're good to go. You're going to be getting a lot of results, and a big fraction of the results you got coming to you anyway with genetics and some of the other variables. If you intend on continuing to make things challenging, as you get stronger, the amount of weight and or reps required to get you to grind will go up. So this automatically takes care of progression. As long as you're training with a high relative effort, getting into that grind zone for your working sets on average, progression takes care of itself. Next is volume. Very simple. At least 2 to 3 sets per muscle group per session, and frequency is at least 2 sessions per week. 2 to 4 sessions per week and 3 to 10 sets per muscle group per session give you just about the optimum results per any muscle group that you want to train. So if you want to get really big legs, and you tell me your relative effort is high, your technique is decent, you train your legs with anywhere between 3 and 10 working sets per muscle. Let's say your quads get 4 working sets per session, anywhere between 2 and 4 sessions a week. You're going to be gaining a lot of leg size. And anything I can tell you on top of that will just be details that can only help you a lot in specific contexts, but mostly they'll only help a little, which is why getting the basics is so important. They actually do such a holistic job in making sure you get really close to your optimum results. Next, what does it mean to have a basically good diet that will get you most of the results you got coming to you? 3 to 6 high protein meals per day, non-negotiable. When you're trying to gain, you're eating in a calorie surplus and thus gaining. When you're trying to lose fat, you're eating in a calorie deficit and thus losing fat. And most of your eating is in healthy foods, which is to say lean meats, veggies, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats. If you're not eating total junk food all the time and 1 meal a day with no protein, you're well on your way. If you're doing just these basics, any finer details to your diet are going to be details, and only a small percentage of your gains will be explained by them. Point number 3 is on recovery. How do you make sure you get the basics of good recovery? Well, there's really not that many things. First, you get enough sleep, 7 to 9 hours on average, but enough to feel rested. Lower psychological stress environment. Just try not to be in a divorce 24/7. Lower physical stress environment. If you want to get really jacked legs, don't also be a marathon runner. And lastly, proper deloading. Take an easy week when you get tired and can't hit PRs anymore. Active rests at least once a year. Go away from fitness altogether for 2 weeks and just chill. And other fatigue management features that are really basic, like taking an off day here and there, are really good and just about as much complexity as you need to get most of your gains. The take home here from this entire chat is that if you just do a good job with these basics, as listed in this presentation, you'll get most of the gains over time that your genetics allow. Minutia, specific techniques, specific periodization schemes, make a minute difference. In some special circumstances, when they're a really limiting factor, really screwing them up, they make big differences. But that's not usually the case. Usually they make small differences. If you compete, if you're really trying to milk it out, if fitness is your career or a really enveloping hobby, hey, listen, get the minutia if you like. Just be prepared for them to give you very small dividends. But if you're not into the minutia and you just do these basics, you're going to get excellent, excellent results without having to over worry about all these crazy details. If you do like to worry about crazy details, stop worrying and join our members situation here on YouTube, the members area of the channel. You get extra videos and not videos that will appear on the regular channel, the extra bonus. They're not any better, they're just different. They're nerdier and more technical, because so are you. And if you really want that next level, you really fitness is a big deal to you and you want all the help you can get, help with coaching, help with plans, help with people inspecting your plans for you, help with people looking at your videos of your technique and really making it better, come join us on the Team Full ROM forum. I'll be in there myself answering weekly live questions. All of those links are below. See you in the comment section, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.